September is that bridge between summer and autumn. And here in the Scottish Highlands, that bridge can seem very short. Daylight is quickly fading from our mornings, and our walks are a wee bit windier than usual. Not that we mind though, the moody weather in the Highlands is part of its charm. Soon we'll need head torches for our evening walks instead of enjoying the sunset. But there's something really romantic about the return of the stars in autumn. Autumn is also the time where we return our attention back to our homes. There's something very natural and instinctual about taking care of our homes for the long winter ahead. I tend to do what I call my autumn crafting. That usually involves lots of pumpkins and a handmade ghost each year. But it's more than that. This house has become my canvas. I thought I would simply decorate it, but instead I found healing in creating spaces that reflect who I am. As someone with ADHD and now going through menopause, shaping this old house with paint and projects has grounded me in ways I never even expected. When I first moved into this house, I had visions of it becoming like this perfect Instagrammable house, and all the bathrooms would be pristine but done in an old world style, and the kitchen would be just like a beautifully done farmhouse kitchen. But not all of that could be done at once, and actually the longer I lived in the house, the more I kind of came to appreciate it for the quirks instead of trying to get rid of the quirks. When I first moved in, I was very into that kind of Studio McGee style where I was lovely and tasteful, but a bit passionless. And I really found myself and how I like to decorate and how I like to live in this house. But today I'd like to show you a few things that I really hated when I moved in and wanted to change, and have now either learned to live with or really come to appreciate. So this bathroom was my first project in the house. I had a very different vision for it initially. I was going with this very moody green, and I picked out this lovely tartan wallpaper. I was kind of leaning into this idea that the house was used as a hunting lodge before we got here. It was someone's vacation house, and I thought, oh, I'll bring that kind of masculine energy. Well, this room hated the dark color. It really did. In the middle of the project, I pivoted and I've gone for this really romantic look instead. It's my first hand-painted mural in the house, these flowers. There are things I hated about this room. I hated this vanity. I'll show you the before of the cabinet above. And these plastic tubs with the handles, and it had a plastic surround. But in changing a few things, I have to say it's now like the most used bathroom in the house. We use it every single day. Even the children, before I redid their bathroom, preferred using this one. So sometimes it's okay to pivot. Another room I really thought I was going to completely rip out and change when I first moved in was the kitchen. Now, I've always loved the aga, but I thought the kitchen cabinets looked a bit too modern, and actually I hated this. I was like, oh, that's definitely not Instagrammable. Turns out though, it is so handy. One of my main complaints about this kitchen is that because it was a vacation home, all of the kill switches for all of the appliances are all over the cabinets. I mean, they're everywhere. So I was at a loss at how to disguise them, because originally this backsplash was the same as this Formica color, which was another thing I didn't like. But now, I'm okay with it. It's not a big deal. I don't like Formica. I don't like Formica, but it hides a lot of sins, and there's no point in throwing things in a landfill when they work perfectly well. I also really disliked looking at this microwave. I was like, oh, that's definitely, not the aesthetic we're going for in this perfect country kitchen. Do you know how much we use this? Do you know how wonderful this is to have built in and off the counter? Oh my God. It's actually brilliant. So does it look the way I had envisioned in my head? No, but I am in this room a minimum of 3 hours a day, and I've grown to love it. A lot of people were like, oh, are you going to get an island? No, I have ADHD. I am constantly darting around this room. Why would I want something in the middle of it? It is perfect the way it is. I talked a little bit about how my home had become my canvas, but I didn't mean just literally with a paintbrush, although if you follow me for a while, you know that is true, but also developing skills and pushing myself to do things that I never thought I could do. For instance, I built this bookcase. This was a very awkward corner of the house. There was nothing there, and actually I built this, but it hides all the pipes and everything for all the hot water. So it had to be accessible, but it had these very dingy doors. We would find mice under here all the time and in the mouse traps, and I was like, well, why didn't they build shelves there? And do you know what? I built some shelves there, and I'm really quite proud of this, and the styling has become my canvas as well. But let me show you the before. So by pushing myself out of my comfort zone, I created something I'm really proud of. But more importantly, I took this space from what was just a pass-through to actually essentially another room. In fact, this is where my kids wait in the morning for the school car to pick them up. It's become like a little sitting room. This is my daughter's favorite place, even in the winter. This little area has become almost a little living room, and I have to admit, it's one of my favorite spaces in the house now. It went from being a place that we hurried through to get to other places to something that we use and enjoy. But that was all with working with the house and with what the house already had. The cozy season is coming up, and I don't think I can go through another winter with this beige. If you've been on this channel with me for a while, you know that I really struggle with this room. I've never had a room this big, ever, in my life. And big rooms are wonderful, but they can be a design challenge. So I've ordered some paint samples. Do I put them on the wall to speed things along? I don't know. Let's see. I have no chill, so I'm going to move this beautiful painting and put the samples here. This is Portland stone. Oh God, that's like almost the same color. Well, maybe not. Next is bath stone. It's a little bit more saturated than the color now. It's very warm. I like it. Maybe. Next up is kitchen green. Ooh, that's a bit cool. kind of a warm-toned girl, and that one definitely leans a bit cool. Next up is Normandy Gray. Oh, I like that one. It's a gray with like a teal. I like it. This one is called Apple. I'm like actually loving this color scheme. Oh. It's a green, but it's a very bright green. It's got a lot of yellow in it. It's very refreshing. This last color is called Celestial Blue. Oh, I like that. No. What do you think? It's much more saturated on the wall than it is in the pot. So I have just sent my husband to buy me some paint for this room. And surprise, surprise, it was none of the colors I ordered a sample pot for. So you'll just have to tune in and see. So that's my little house tour. The quirks, the corners, the projects that turn from problems into favorites. And of course, because I have ADHD, there are at least a dozen other things I really want to show you. But, you know, there's only so much time in a video. So maybe next week. The truth is, this house will probably never be completely finished, but I kind of think that's the point. Homes, like people, are always works of progress. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. Because otherwise, what would I do with all these paintbrushes?